Y'all done poked the bear too many times. Y'all should have learned with Drake. Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove.
I honestly think he's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people.
I thought that was complete insanity. And knowing Whitney, I don't believe that she would have said, the show must go on.
Okay, so all this Diddy mess has driven fans into a chokehold, and this curiosity has people thinking as to why Diddy ended up this way. When people dug deeper, they realized Diddy himself was a victor of his mentor, Clive Davis. Yeah, you heard that right. The person who has been riddled with essay lawsuits is the person who mentored Diddy. And no wonder he turned out this bad. Let's delve into this latest scandal that set the internet ablaze. Let's start the conversation from the music executive Clive Davis. Around 11 years back, Clive made the bold step of coming out as bisexual in the entertainment industry. The 80-year music mogul revealed his orientation in a new memoir, saying that following half a century of relationships with women, he now was in long-term relationships with another man. Although coming out stories have been becoming more common in the music business, Davis is noteworthy as one of the industry's best-known executives. And not only that, Davis has steered labels such as Columbia, Arista, BMG, and Sony since the late 60s, signing artists such as Janis Joplin, Bruce Springsteen, Notorious B.I.G., and Kelly Clarkson. Although Clive achieved monumental success in the industry, there's been a lot of horror stories regarding his treatment of celebs. The rumor has it that Clive used to have intimate relationships with his artists in order to retain dominance over them, in which in turn made the artists more obedient. You might be wondering how Clive Davis' success and influence relates to Diddy though. Well, Kanye recently spilled the beans on the webs connecting both the personalities. In an interview with a paparazzi, Kanye claimed that whenever the higher-ups want to remove someone from their path, they would often stage their deaths to make them look like they unalive themselves.
You're out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize.
Now, one of the controversies in which Clive was involved was the death of Whitney Houston. You see, in the last days, Whitney was supposed to attend a pre-Grammy party, organized by Clive Davis himself. You see, Clive first met with Whitney when she was 19 years old, and she sang one of his songs and gave new life to it. From that day on, Whitney and Davis developed a great relationship. When Whitney breathed her last, she was only 48 years old. So yeah, there was quite a lot of history. So why did Clive not cancel the party after the news about Whitney's death was revealed? It's mind-boggling to remember that Whitney's body had not been removed when Clive and other celebs were enjoying their party. Rumor has it, Clive had a really distinct way of treating people. Like, he would treat them well until they stopped making money, and then he would discard them like mere goods. Some of the people even claim that Clive knew Whitney was going to pass away long before Whitney left the world. The thing is, 2 days before her death on February 19, Houston visited singers Brady and Monica with Clive Davis during the rehearsals for a music executives party on February 11. Later that day, Houston made her last public performance singing Jesus Loves Me on stage with Kelly Price in Hollywood at a pre-Grammy party. You might not know, but Houston spoke on the phone with her mother around 3:15 p.m. on February 11, just 40 minutes before she was pronounced dead in her hotel room. The nature of their phone call has not been revealed by Sissy Houston, but she said her daughter seemed to be fine. Houston's death was ruled accidental drowning, with contributing factors of heart disease and substance use. According to the 42-page coroner's report, the toxicology report found that coke and metabolites contributed to her passing. Other substances found in her body, including marijuana, Xanax, Benadryl, and Flexeril, but they did not contribute to her death. A Los Angeles County Chief Coroner Craig Harvey told People at the time, "There was water found in her lungs that indicated to us that she was alive when she was submerged underwater. According to our tests, the levels of coke were not necessarily a lethal level of coke, but her death was complicated by chronic coke use and heart disease." But the thing is that have left people scratching their heads is that rumors about Whitney being beaten to death were really prevalent at the time. Conspiracy theorists claim that it's highly possible that someone had attacked her from behind. Jaguar Wright, who has been the whistleblower for years, claimed the same thing.
Yeah, that
Grammy
happened.
time,
That happened.
and her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead.
Jag revealed that it was actually Clive Davis who would provide Houston with all the recreational substances to keep her under his thumb. She also alleged that once Houston had breathed her last, Clive was trying to resuscitate her because he realized the potential of Houston after she died. And just to fit the part, he continued the party, packaging it as a tribute to Houston. But Whitney's family later revealed that Clive had mocked Whitney's death by going forward with his plans.
And knowing Whitney, I don't believe that she would have said, the show must go on. She was the kind of woman that would say, stop everything. I'm not going to be there.
At the start of the event, he shared a tribute to Houston, saying, "By now, you've all learned of the unspeakably tragic news of our beloved Whitney's passing. I don't have to mask my emotion in front of a room full of so many dear friends. I am personally devastated by the loss of someone who has meant so much to me for so many years. Whitney was so full of life. She was looking forward to tonight, even though she wasn't scheduled to perform. Whitney was a beautiful person and a talent beyond compare. She graced the stage with her regal presence and gave so many memorable performances here over the years. Simply put, Whitney would have wanted the music to go on, and her family asked that we carry on." Just before her passing, Whitney allegedly had broken free of Clive's hold on her when she defiantly walked in an interview with Brandy and Clive. Fans speculate that this may have angered Clive so much that he allegedly took steps to subjugate her. Another thing that was pointed out by fans is that artists like Whitney, Michael Jackson, and Prince were worth more dead than alive because, after their passing, their catalog would make crazy numbers and artists would not be present to fight the label for the rights for their music and money made by them. Jag revealed that Clive did the movie on Whitney because he wanted to make some more money off her when people were still grieving her loss. She claimed that anything with her name on it was strictly for the purpose of increasing Clive Davis's bank, and nothing more.
Anything with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Does something ring a bell? If not, let us spell it out for you. You see, Diddy played the same elaborate game by allegedly eliminating Biggie, but no one ever knew where Biggie's album went, the one he was working on before he died. Let's not forget, Biggie's mom revealed that Diddy was lying to her about Biggie's last moments.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet.
You see, just a few years after Whitney, the light of our world, Bobby Christina, died of AOD. Christina was found unresponsive in a bathtub in the Georgia home she shared with ex-Nick Gordon, which was eerily similar to the way her mother had died several years earlier. As you can imagine, all of Whitney's money was Bobby's legacy, but suspiciously, she passed away a few years after her mother. The Fulton County Medical Examiner revealed that Bobby Christina died from a combination of drowning and substance intoxication. A toxicology report found marijuana, alcohol, a coke-related substance, a sedative and anti-anxiety medications, and morphine in her system. Even the results of the report were very similar. The medical examiner's office said in a statement at the time, "The underlying cause of death is the condition which starts the downhill course of events, leading to death, and in this case is the immersion associated with substance intoxication. The pneumonia and encephalopathy are more immediate causes which resulted from the immersion and substance intoxication." Jaguar explained that although Diddy was not around Clive Davis much but one of Clive's best students, Aaron Hall was the one who passed on Clive's twisted teachings to him.
He loves the ability to manipulate and control people. Why? Most likely because he was victimized by his mentor, who loved to control people.
And that's it for today. See you at the next one. Goodbye.